Let's do it, girls. You ready?
Let's do it.
Viral talk. Listen, did you know that Liquid Death has new brands? They don't even tell you what the flavor is. You go to the store, you want to buy Liquid Death cases, Killer Cola, Dr. Death. What's Dr. Death supposed to be? You just enlightened me. What did you say, Tor?
No, I said Dr. Pepper, but I don't think that's what it is.
It's got to be. You want to taste it?
No, I don't want to taste it.
Oh.
But Tor does. Open it. I don't think it is, though, because even on Billionaire, like we drink the Billionaires one.
And that's the iced tea one.
It's
That's the only one I drank besides.
So I don't know what it is. I mean, the first one's got to be some type of cola, right? Is it water still?
It's flavored
it's sparkling water.
Yeah, we should taste it right now. Let's do it.
Just open it, yeah.
Well, I'll taste the Dr. Death one.
Somebody has already.
But
You
Sean said it's agave.
So how does it feel, Train of Twins, to be at the Mecca podcast recording haven, Hudson Valley? You guys came up from Long Island to do some podcast stuff. You guys are killing
It's
it.
amazing.
Love what you guys do.
We tried to do a podcast not in here and on Long Island, and it was. I will never do it again.
Oh, this is good.
Is
You want
it?
to try it, or are you weird about germs?
I'm not. No, I'm not weird about it. But I'm
Because
just.
it's not like, it doesn't taste that much like soda,
Is it like
but it's
cherry?
a little bit.
No, it actually does.
It's like a light soda,
No, it tastes like Dr. Pepper.
but light.
Oh, that's Dr. Pepper. See, we were right.
Oh my God, what's in that?
I don't know.
How is it not?
It's only 10 calories.
Yeah, I'm confused.
That's
How is
crazy.
it not? Wow, that's really interesting.
Oh, see, it's a replacement for sodas. By far the best replacement for sodas. Listen, guys, I'm co-signing this Liquid Death all
No,
day.
that actually
it's
tastes
better
so good.
than what's the other one? Pop.
Yeah.
Everybody drinks it. Poppy, yes,
Oh,
way
yeah.
better than Poppy. I do not like Poppy. That's more of like a water, light flavoring. Poppy's very like sugary and intense.
Yeah. Listen, we only drink canned water.
Wow,
over here.
that really surprised me.
Yeah, me too. That was really good.
Right. You know that I've never drinking a full.
Soda?
I've never had a full soda.
Really?
I don't drink soda.
Yeah, never.
I don't drink soda often, but
Can't even tell you the
I've
last time
had
I
a full
it.
soda.
You have. When I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, are you talking about a liter?
No, like never had a
can or
full
anything?
cup. Cup, can, bottle, nothing.
You don't-
Because I was like, I didn't like the bubbles, the carbonation when I was young,
yeah.
and I still don't really. That's why I don't really like beer. But
That one's not that bad, though.
no, it's good. It's
Yeah.
good. And
So
then
do you like White Claw? No.
0%.
0% White Claw.
We did a deal with
They
them,
did a
kind
deal
of.
with
Yeah,
Ali
we
for
did the
that.
influencer
Is
campaign.
it zero, it's no bubbles?
No. And,
0% alcohol?
yeah, that's stupid.
Well, I didn't know.
No, I'll tell you guys a funny story.
Do
My
they actually have 0%?
0% alcohol, but
Well, I
technically
should
you
drink
can't. You
them
have to be
then.
21 to buy it, because technically there's like some kind of content of alcohol in it, like maybe 0.01%.
Oh, wow.
Really?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very, what if you're like sober and you go to get one of those?
Yeah, you can't. Oh well.
You know what I'm saying? That's very,
I don't.
fine line-ish, right?
I don't think that would technically be triggering to an alcoholic. No, I don't.
Really? I do.
A 0.01% alcohol.
Yeah, they're sober. Now they're not technically sober. Oh,
I was trying to one-hand it. White Claw 0%. You know, this is where I met my girlfriend, Sam, on this shoot.
no.
Yeah,
You're
on White
lying.
Claw shoot. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you want to hear the story?
She
With
lives
Allie?
like 10 minutes, wherever she lives, 20 minutes down the road.
Who? Sam?
Sam.
No.
Yeah, where's she live?
She lives in Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
I met her because we had to put talent on the show. Like, so not only was Allie going to be the only person that was going to be, we had to have like people there. So we had a bunch of extras from Alex Gilio's makeup team there as like part of it, and all our friends were there. And then we had to like choose 2 people to be a part of it to have like speaking roles, because that's what we wrote in the script. And like there was a whole bunch of girls, and I like knew I wanted Sam to be in it. So I went over to them and I was like, hey girls, like we need 2 people. And then the other girl was like, yeah, like I'll be in it. I was like, okay, cool. But like, what about you, Sam? And she was like, okay, sure. Like I'll do it. And then
That's it. Where was it?
we booked the brasserie. So we did it in the brasserie.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I did know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. That's cool.
Yeah. It's cool. Whatever.
That's how you met her?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's surprising. She's been up here. I guess you guys are age different, so like
Yeah.
that's why you never met. But like you guys are right here, like close to each other, and like
Yeah.
you've never met or came in contact.
No, not really. Not
That's
really. What do you guys want to talk about today?
All right, let's talk about.
Yeah, I know. I love what you girls are doing. And when you came and you wanted to start talking about your podcast, I was like, yo, we got to unpack being twins. So how has that been for you, sharing your story about being twins? Tell me a little bit about that. Is it uncomfortable at first talking about that?
No.
Not talking, no, but it's like very weird talking like on camera
Right.
with mics. But like we talk about it all day long. So if there was just like a little camera on the wall, it'd catch so much more.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the Osmo Pocket or the DJI that
like
you have.
that's the hardest thing, I think.
Well, you guys have been
Starting
crushing
with the
content.
podcast.
Okay. So it was the kind of like fear of being heard.
Like I don't know, like
think
I
so.
shoot
I enjoy
like
it.
different. I no, at first I'm saying
Oh.
like when we first started, it was kind of a little
hard,
awkward.
yeah.
It was like hard, but like it's so different than because I shoot like different content for our other businesses all the time, and I'm in front of the camera, and I mess up here and there, have to do like a retake, but like it wasn't like as I feel like this was way more awkward. But like we talk all the time, so I don't know why. Like it was just weird. It was like a different, I guess, long form content. Like I'm used to doing like 20, 30 second, a minute reels. This was like holding a conversation.
Okay, yeah, the difference is definitely going pro. So I talk about this a lot with clients. There's a difference between creating content on your own, which everyone can do, and I suggest everyone does because it will significantly drive revenue for your business. But there's a big difference between creating content on your own and then going like social media pro, working with a production company like Q29, because there's, it's a production value that is really like unmatched. So like lights, cameras, audio. And you're basically, when you're here doing social media content with Q29, you're basically prepping to be like a full-on professional influencer, speaking on stages, and full-on celebrity influencer,
Agreed.
right? You're prepping.
I do agree, but I think that's hard because like even for me, like now, like I don't want to post that bad content.
The
it's not
DIY.
bad.
Self-made content because like I feel like ours that we get done here are so much better, and like it's hard for
Or like you're stuck on the way it looks like on your page,
the way it looks, because you want to like people say like it's like a
struggled with that
movie
first,
trailer when people look at your page, like they see everything, and like now I'm like, oh shoot, should I like if I don't have something to post from Q29, do I post something?
Yeah, you should. So we talk about people's content spread all the time, and you have to have a good variety. So you guys are uniquely situated to have like a really great variety of content from us because you're doing realty content with us. You're doing podcast content.
Right.
We're down at the dispensary doing stuff, and we're doing all these different content buckets for you.
Yeah.
So you could potentially be like a top tier pro content creator, which you are.
Yeah.
You're leveling into, but I tell creators all the time, especially when they're in their kind of entrepreneurial pursuit, keep putting out your stuff because the relevancy and the consistency is more important than just having pro content. And listen, Damon John from Shark Tank told me that my content looked too good. He's like, Bryce, I don't want the flashy, super quality. He's like, I'm on TV every week. I don't need to have your pro quality, but it actually conflicted with my motives as a business person, because all I want to do is put out hot shit,
right?
Who wants to put out the nut?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So he's like, bro, like he's like, throw the iPhone
out.
up.
Yeah,
chill out. Yeah.
Wow,
That's wild.
That is hard. Yeah, and you would think somebody like him would want all of the flashy stuff,
right?
Like
has
the best
song,
the best video shot, or like this way or that way. And I'm sure like when you're working for him, like you have some kind of pressure to exceed because he is such a high entrepreneur and everybody's looking at his page and that's your name on his page and you want it to look good so that everybody's coming to see your stuff and wanting to work with you too. But like, so when he says that, it's kind of like you said, conflicting towards what you're going for, and like somebody's gonna look at that and be like, Bryce made that, like I don't want that in somebody else's house, but that's what he wants.
You're so right. You nailed it. Like that's exactly it.
That's, I mean, I would be like, I don't even want to put that out for you, honestly.
Yeah. Well, and then it became, the relationship developed from really like content coordinator into more of like really like mentorship and like developing on ideas and really helping him with like the overall delivery of like certain projects that he was working on.
That's cool.
I was on the road with him quite a bit and I was learning so much, and Damon John is definitely one of the reasons for our growth and our success so fast here.
Yeah.
Not only the fact that like I was able to promote that, but also like what he taught me. Like I became really, really good at like, business and social media strategy because of the 3-hour-long meetings I'd have with him. Just me and him at his dining table, just going over different processes. And then he's such like a savant that he's like navigating through. And then we end up workshopping my business for 2 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so that's like the luckiest thing that ever happened to me. You know,
That's really cool. And I think even the way that like you met him is like crazy.
Yeah.
Just like you didn't, like you never knew, like that day, like walking into a restaurant, like you said, you would just see him sitting there, which is crazy. And the fact that you even had like the balls to go up to him and say something, like I would just be like, oh, that's cool. You know, like
okay. The other day, so we try to get like 10,000 steps in a day, whatever.
okay.
And we're walking, and it's kind of the same thing. And it's like, I'm like, oh my God, look at that house. It was like disheveled, gross. So I'm like, we should actually go buy that, flip it, and then like sell it. So Anna's like, I'll give you $1,000 to go knock on the door and ask if they want to sell.
I'll give you $1,000 to go door knock it.
I didn't knock on
she?
the door.
She didn't knock on the door.
Wow. Who cares? What's the
But-
worst that could happen?
They
I
would
don't
say
know.
no.
What if it's like
right?
some crotchety old lady? I don't know.
So she was scared of the no. And I put so much money out there because I knew she wasn't going to do it. I would have gladly given her the money if she did it because I would have been so fucking proud of her. And she didn't.
Yeah, it brings up a good point.
But yeah, the pitching thing, yeah.
I think that it just, like you said, the worst you can say is no, but everybody fears that no, that they like don't want to do it.
Yeah. Well, listen, for people who come in the door here at Q29, they want to talk about their business and they want to talk about marketing through social media. Yeah. But the real thing that we end up landing on is how are they going to execute? What is their most viable product? So we do a lot of business workshop anyway. Yeah. So what you're talking about is door-to-door sales, right? Which someone would think like, I'm not doing that. That's so intimidating. But the real core of what we're able to capitalize on through social media is that essentially like that real hand-to-hand combat of like meeting people and talking to them. And you're really great at that. You guys are really great at connecting with people, which is lost on our generation. You know, that is how Damon John blew up, was hand-to-hand sales in front of the Apollo Theater in 1989, selling $800 worth of hats.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the way that we're able to grow, is by meeting people and helping people.
Yeah, it's the same as like essentially like word of mouth in a business, like trying to
1000%.
promote a business. Like it's the same thing. Like people today are like, oh my God, I'm going to throw so much money on like a Facebook ad. Instead of doing that, like just to promote your, let's say your podcast, why don't you just go down your following, all your contacts, and send it to all the people you already know saying that you started a podcast and ask them to follow or follow along, you know, like it's, or, you know, it's just those people that you already know. And people are so scared of like using that. And I feel like it's such a good way to like gain in like a business anyways, because it's so tangible and people forget about it. They're so worried about marketing and all these other things when like the basics are what like you need.
Those marketing strategies that you're talking about that people kind of like lean into to avoid doing the actual work are basically disconnecting you from that experience. Listen, your first 10,000, 50,000 people who follow you are all going to feel like they know you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when you say go down your follower list to promote your podcast and reach out to all those people in bulk, you could do that. You could go on ManyChat and have an automated response. But what you really should do is go to each person and make a crafted message to that person, because that person thinks they know you or you know them. So when people comment on my post, I'm like, hey, good looks, Anna. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. In response to your comment on my post, like, yo, this is fire, because I'm seeing you tomorrow. Not only is that a genuine interaction between you and I, but then the people who saw that,
happening.
they know that we're connected.
Yeah.
That's affiliate marketing.
Yeah,
I
think
reaching
that's
out.
very strong. Too, because even nobody does that. I mean, and you do it all the time on any post, even on the post that we've had with like Dave, all the guys, you know, like I watch you comment under all of them just so that like,
we were talking about that the other day.
better for your brand. Like it's how you build your brand from the ground up. And even in the car, we were talking about like how hard it is to build a brand from nothing.
Like starting from
like
zero,
those stages are like so like it's so hard. Like I mean, obviously like we're like in it now, so that's why we think it's hard. Like maybe in a year from now we will have blown up and we'll look back like, oh, that was hard. Now look what's hard, you know, like trying to sustain it. But I think that it is like it's really tough for people that
the first
are
few
trying
thousand.
to do it.
Oh, for sure. So me and Anthony,
we're new to YouTube, so like.
Well, YouTube is like it's like the Wild Wild West, in my opinion, even though people have like really done it really well, like Mr. Beast and Rogan and stuff.
Yeah.
But like me and Anthony Serino, one of my favorite people, one of my clients here full time at Q29, have created the 30-day viral creator
right.
mastermind course. But what we're basically doing is, we've offered this out to people, and we have a core group on the call where for the next 30 days, we're going to basically, give people the mindset and the strategy to go viral.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like my focus is really on the story. Anthony's has a lot to do with the mindset, but like you have to identify your core story the same way that you identify your mission statement and your business plan. Yeah. If you want to be a viral creator, you have to identify that for your online brand. So people are actually afraid to do the work. We just talked about the work of going in DMs and outreach.
Right.
The same way that you do that for your business, then you turn around and you're like, why am I not going viral? Because you're not doing any work.
Right.
Right. So number one, writing is huge. You have to get in touch with your story, craft it, feel it, and dramatize it. Because the thing is, a lot of entrepreneurs are so busy doing what they're doing that they don't even take the time to value what they do.
Yeah.
Like I was just going to ask you about one of your formative like real estate deals. Like maybe it's related to the horse farm, and maybe it wasn't in the beginning of your career, but it's been a big deal for you.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear that because I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's my secret sauce as a producer at a content creation agency. Is I think what you guys do is really cool. I think it's cool that you went on a mission trip and helped dogs in the Himalayas or wherever the fuck.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think that's cool. But there's drama there.
Yeah.
I didn't know where I was gonna go. I was in Long Island. I knew I wanted to do some kind of medicine and help. I wanted to bring value to people. And then all of a sudden I'm out in this place and I'm learning all these things and connecting with these people. That shit is cool. I can make fucking stupid, boring shit look cool because it is cool at the root of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's great. I mean, we like everybody thinks what they do is boring.
Yeah,
Essentially,
that's so stupid.
mean, I could sit here all day and say, I think that your job is great and that you own this huge company and, you meet entrepreneurs every day. And I think that's amazing. But like, if you said to me, like, I think selling real estate is cool, I'd be like, you would never want to do that.
Yeah, no, I think it is cool.
So
you have to, so it's a perfect case study, right? Selling real estate, it's boring. Yeah, okay, sure, it's boring because we see so many people online doing it.
Yeah.
It's a saturated market and a lot of people don't actually live it. Okay, zoom into it. What do you get to do every day? Let's find the value first. You get to connect with real people. Yeah. You get to find value in all of these different people in the most pivotal decision of their life. They're going to make the largest investment that they've ever made in their life, and they're going to partner with you. Right. That's a big fucking deal, number one. Number two, who are the people that are financially prepared to make that huge decision? Doctors, lawyers, entertainers, full-time other people. So to me, realty's cool. You know why? Because you're not a realtor. You're a business venture partner with a high-level person. Yeah. The only reason that what I do is cool is because when I post on Instagram, I say, this is Anna Trainer. She's rocking with me and she's cool. Here's why. That's what I do. I'm a master at connecting with people and putting people out there, and because the shit you do is
Building
cool.
relationships,
Yeah, relationship building. So tell us about, here, let's do it as a case study. Make that and make it sexy. The horse farm. How miraculous it was that you found or were able to list that horse farm property. Break it down for us.
Hey, I think it's really cool. And actually, since we have done it, I got a second one. So
hey, yo.
I got a second one. We actually had a meeting yesterday, and the same buyers are buying another one.
Tell us how you even ended up with that deal.
What happened was actually, okay, so we found a horse property. My aunt and uncle have been looking for so long on like a horse property, just where to buy. We got one. It was on the market. It's been on the market. It fell through because when you buy a property, you want it to have COs and all these things that make it, the town says, yes, these things are here. They've been here. We know they're here. And we just want them to have COs with the town so that it's easier to go into contract. It didn't have any of that, so it fell through. Then one of the guys that I work with said, my family owns a horse property. I could put you in contact. Maybe they'll want to sell. So the guy said, yeah, I want to sell. We gave him a price. He accepted it. 2 weeks later, he said, I don't want to sell. We're not in contract yet. We've just been talking about it. I just don't want to sell. And my buyers were like, this isn't going to happen. Like, they gave up, whatever. We weren't talking for a little period of time. So I was like, I took it upon myself. I was like, you know what? I'm going to find a horse property. There's only so many on Long Island. There's maybe 15 on Long Island. So I pulled them all up. I Googled where they all were. I printed out a description of like who they are, what their names are, what they're looking for. Their budget is 3.5 million, this, what they want. They're willing to buy right now. And I sent it out to all of them. We waited a week or two. Nothing had happened. Me and Tor were driving up here, and
for our first podcast,
and I got a call, and I didn't answer the call because I don't really answer. I let it go to voicemail, and I said, Tor, can you check what this guy says? And we're like driving on Taconic, and I'm like almost about to crash. She's like, he said he wants to sell his horse property. I'm like, no fucking way. Like, somebody actually contacted me, because I send letters probably anywhere from like 100 to 500 a week, and nobody calls you back. Like,
wow.
Nobody calls you back. It's just the name of the game. Like, if you get one, cool. It'll pay for probably all the letters you did all year.
Right.
You know, like, it doesn't take anything. So I got a call. I actually got 2 calls from that one batch because it was so like niche. And I was like, holy cow, he wants to sell. And I called him right back, literally as we were driving up here.
Right after the voicemail.
Right after the voicemail. And I was like, hi, you want to sell? No, but I was just like, he was like, yeah, I got your letter. He's like, I get 1,000 of these a day.
Really?
Yeah. And he's like, I just know the buyers. So I wanted to reach out and say that if it's going to be them, then this is the time, because there's no, other.
Hey guys.
There's no other, chance that I would sell to somebody besides these people.
Right.
And I was like, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So fast forward, now we're under contract on that property. It'll probably close in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks. And about 4 days ago, I got a call back from the uncle of the guy that I knew who wanted to sell, who had fell through in the beginning.
Yeah.
And he called me back and he said, I actually got an email from him. He goes, I lost your number. Can you please call me? And he left his thing. And I'm like, who's this? Like, I didn't really recognize the email. So I called him and I'm like, hi, I got an email from this number. He's like, hey, it's so-and-so from so-and-so properties. And I was like, hi. And he's like, I want to sell now.
Wow.
And I'm like,
So do you feel like you
well,
manifested it?
I feel essentially yes, because I told myself that when these 2 deals fell through,
Yeah.
don't worry, something better is going to come.
Yep.
And it's now turned into 2 sales, because yesterday we sat down and they put an offer in on that property and are moving forward at a slower pace, but are still moving forward. So
Wow.
I think that at a point, I do a lot of work like that to be able to keep my mind right, and maybe not like manifest it, but like affirmations to keep myself right and aligned with my purpose and like where I'm going. So
Of course.
definitely it probably plays a role in it, but I was so shocked when he called me back and was like, are they still looking to buy? And I was like, no, sorry, we're actually in contract on another property.
Now, is that something where you'd, with the deal that is going through, are you working both sides of the deal? Are you listing it for them now or no?
No, so I won't list it for them, but I'll just bring them a buyer.
Right.
And make them a cut. Make a cut out of it.
Yeah. Do you want to dispel rumors about like cuts related to real estate listing deals and buying deals?
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? Like what kind of coin are we talking about?
Oh,
a lot of people want to be a realtor.
each
They
property?
think, just talk to me about one if you want.
I mean, on each property, you make 2% of the sale deal. So 60 to 80,000 on each.
But it's a lot of work, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, good for you.
It is, but it's hard. It's hard. It's not hard. It's just tedious. You have to like know a lot of things. You have to work well with people. You have to work well with the attorneys and
it's full
be
commission.
Responsive.
So if you don't, if let's say you do all this work, you've been sending out letters, you're writing up contracts, you're
you make
pitching
no
deals,
money.
you're talking to people, and if the deal doesn't go through, how much money do you make?
None. And you've wasted time. I just
That's
went
why
under,
everyone's scared of it, though.
Yeah, I
That's
just went
literally
under.
why
It's all
everyone
on you.
tries to do it. That's why there's so many. How many real estate each other, and how many are like actually working?
Oh, there's like 1% of people. It's, I think the top like 10% of agents do a deal a month. That's 12 deals
It's
a
like
year.
super-
So
yeah.
90% of people
Aren't even
do
doing
a
one
deal a month. Most of, I'm going to say probably at least 60 to 70% don't do a deal a year. Just because it's hard. I
Or
mean,
they just have their license and that just like sits on the
they
shelf.
use it
Right.
as side, a side thing, and only do 1 or 2 deals, which it makes a lot of money if you do one. That's a big difference to somebody, on a regular house, you're probably on $1 million home, If you do one side, you're making $20,000. This is all before cuts, so this is just gross commission. You also have to pay your broker who's holding your license, whether you have a split that's 90-10, 80-20, 30-70, whatever your split is. Some splits are 50-50.
Right, with the brokerage.
With the brokerage. So
All
all depends, and it's all based on that point. But you can make a lot of money if you are alongside the right people and build the right relationships.
You heard it here first, folks. Anna Train is killing it. Let's we got the twins in the house, so let's do the last couple questions and then we'll wrap up. Are you back out here dating?
Oh God, no. No.
You're not.
No, definitely.
You're
Nope.
on ice.
Yeah, I'm
since your breakup.
definitely on ice, away from everybody.
Okay.
Just because I don't know, I feel like
What's the way that you would date if you were to date? Are you on an app? Are you meeting someone at a bar, or are you? What's the 3 ways you could? Hold on, let's do this as a game.
Go ahead.
What's the 3 ways you meet someone? App, bar, and friend. Blind date referral. Right. So okay, Anna Train. Do you want to?
I would say referral.
So wait, let's do it. Let's pose it. We got to pose it. So all right,
yeah.
all right. Check this out, Anna.
Yep.
Half of the Trainer twin duo. What we need to know is, fuck, marry, kill the ways you may date.
Yep.
You got dating apps.
Yep.
At a bar.
Yep.
Or through your friends, set up on a date referral. So you got to fuck, marry, kill those ways of dating.
Okay, I'm gonna kill the dating app because that is not me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Definitely.
Okay.
It's never been me. I will never be on a dating app.
But wait, I don't think I said, did I say dating app? Because also we meet people on IG. That's an app. That's like a dating app. Instagram.
Is it though?
No, this is actually.
Okay, dating app,
I took
kill.
that as a dating app.
Yeah, that's how I meant it. So dating app, kill. Got it.
We're gonna kill the dating app. I would probably. I'm gonna go with. I would marry. Oh, this is gonna sound really horrible, but I'm gonna expose myself. I would fuck the referral friend and marry the person at the bar.
Oh no, I would be opposite.
Because the last person I was with.
Oh, okay.
I could have sworn 2 years ago I was gonna marry, and I met them. I met her
referral.
at a drinking party.
Right.
Whether you want to consider that a bar.
Yeah, it's
or
not.
not.
It wasn't no.
But if it's at a party and it's not someone has set you up, it's met at a bar. That's
but I
the thing.
also think that is, the worst. What?
Yo,
worst
tour dog,
place-
stop it.
The worst place to find somebody is probably at the bar. There's wrong intentions there.
Yeah. Well, not if you're drinking White Claw 0% or Liquid Death Dr. Death. All right.
True.
Kill the dating
Bryce?
app, and I would.
I'm taken.
Don't
Yeah, I'm
say that.
taken.
Well, we're not going to expose you on the pod. I'm not gonna get in trouble for that.
How do you see our podcast or our social media growing?
Well, we've really come to feel connected with your show. So how do I see your podcast growing? I think short form content is the only way. I think we got to TikTokify some of these talking points, right? We got to mix it up with people like the twins here, the people that you had on today earlier. That's going to be the way to get those hot button questions to be able to grow the subscriber base. So that's what I coach on the live mastermind call that we're doing for 30-day viral creator. How are you going to situate reels and shorts to blow up a channel so then you can embody your full length content? Mm-hmm. You got to be able to have that subscriber base first. Reels, shorts, TikToks, whatever you call it. And then once you grow that base, then you can be able to go into your full length content and really work through this and have these really impactful conversations.
Right.
So shorts is going to be the way. And how do I see it blowing up? Do you want me to put a Conor McGregor, Mystic Mac timeline on it?
Go.
All right.
Yeah, because obviously you were with the other video.
Now we got to make it happen.
All right. In 3 months, we're going to give you a clip that does more than 500,000 views.
Woo.
Less than 3 months. That's easy. That should be easy. We should do it next week.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Next week.
We started with our other podcast client, the Schwicks, with the Lamborghini supercars.
They're doing
3 months. The first week they did 500,000 views on Instagram, and then 2 months later, which was last week, they had a clip on YouTube Shorts do 1.8 million. So now it's at 2 million. I just got notified.
Sick.
But that's great because their subscribers went up from like 300 to like 3,000 on YouTube, which is
Yeah.
the main platform for
That's wild.
podcasting.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And make your podcast into a podcast playlist on YouTube, not just a playlist, a podcast playlist. Quick tip.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
which
don't even know what
yours
that
is.
is.
Yeah.
Yours is an
Ours is.
actual YouTube podcast, your show.
Not just like a video going out.
Or a video on a video playlist.
Yeah.
It's a podcast playlist.
Oh, that's interesting. What's the difference?
Algorithmically, it's sending it out to people that are like looking for a recurring show.
Podcast.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's
So, thank you guys for having me. I
Thanks.
appreciate you. Love you guys. Thank you.
See you.